Morning. Today is February 28th. I'm going to try to jump right into this so it doesn't take too much time. I want to share with you my dreams last night. Just a couple of quick things. Some of these are fairly recurring. Some folks are reoccurring. The parts that are reoccurring are being near a beach, going or being at a mall, as I used to work in a mall, and that's really it for last night. Oh, and zombies. By the way, my zombie dream started, back in like 2000, so it was before The Walking Dead and shit. So anyway, the first dream starts off with me in a truck with my boss driving, my old boss Rick, and I think my mom, somebody was with us, a female, but whoever it was wasn't very dominant personality, so I don't quite remember who it was. With me was my old other boss, my supervisor, who also worked with Rick, Chat. We're on our way to, I think, the Quad Cities. For some reason, we're there to drop off or pick up some stuff, and we're riding in the back of the truck, the bed of the truck. It's evening. Nothing real big other than I just have this feeling of just uncomfortability because I haven't seen these guys in a long time, and we're not really getting a chance to talk because we're kind of busy in the back of this truck. But it's just a uneasy kind of, hey, how you been? Good kind of thing, and then it gets a little confusing for me on what happened next, but we arrive at a like a carnival. Maybe we're outside the mall and there's a carnival of sorts, and I'm there with a kid that I used to go to high school with. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was my buddy Casey. Might have been somebody else. He looked like it, I think it almost used like it was Casey, and then it ended up being like that dude from Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, I don't know why. And I'm getting a chance to walk and talk with my old buddy Rick, my old boss, and there's this, I guess this is his property. They own this now, and there's this fountain, and in the fountain is in the middle of this little pond that sits in front of like an old log cabin, but it was built. It wasn't really an old thing. It was built as an attraction. My buddy, who I think is high on some narcotic, kind of leaps into the pond and swims around for a second. I'm so embarrassed, and I tell Rick that I'm sorry, and Rick's like, okay, no problem. And Rick kind of goes off because we got business to do. Well, as I'm looking, my buddy Casey's gone. He had like swam underneath the foundation of the cabin, which I don't think was really supposed to be accessible, and he got, and for a few moments there he wasn't coming back up. We could see some air bubbles um, behind uh, the cement, and we're really kind of worried. And then I kind of tell somebody to start digging on the side of the house to see if we can get some of the water to come up and get him some air and pull him out. And then he kind of just shows up. What am I at? 5 minutes already? Shit. So he that kind of screws with me, and then I kind of wake up, and then I fall back asleep, and this time we're at the mall. We're the same truck, but this time the people kind of changed up, and we're there picking up my brother Javier and his wife Sarah, and like 2 doors. I think they were for the house, for my house. And we're gonna put all this stuff in the bed of the truck apparently, and it won't fit. So I'm kind of upset, which I shouldn't be. But I'm like, hey, what are we gonna do? Some of us are gonna have to stay, and we're gonna have to make 2 trips all the way back to, back to Rock Falls. So no big deal. We're like, well, okay, we got to do that, no problem. So somebody else takes the truck. Rick, I think, takes the truck, and me, my dad, Javier, and my buddy Adam get into this car. And we're driving back from the Quad Cities back home, and we see these, and it's like dusk, but there's these like clouds. Oh, I guess that's another reoccurring part of my dreams, is there's storms, just really ominous looking clouds. It's getting dark, and we kind of notice that, and for some reason the lights of the vehicle are off, the headlights, and it's just an empty road. I mean, it's just pitch black dark. And I'm the age I am now, and so I'm telling my brother, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Turn the lights on. And he's looking at a map, and we hear music. We hear Hispanic mariachi music, people having a party or something, but all the lights are off. There's no lights out in the cornfields that are beside us, and it's real hard to see out in these cornfields, and then we can't even see the dark clouds anymore. And for some reason we pull off, and we take this road that we shouldn't take. I tell them, hey, listen, just go straight. We know we need to go straight. But Dad and Javier are both like, well, I'm hungry and it smells good. Let's pull off. We get out of the car, and my dad just starts to wander off. And he's like, oh, amigo, I'm hungry. It smells good. Let's just stay for like 30 minutes and we'll go. And I'm pushing him. I'm like literally got my hands on his back, pushing him through the cornfield, because at the same time we're supposed to be able to walk through the cornfield, get to the other end, and for whatever reason our vehicle's going to be there, and then we could just go, kind of like a shortcut, but through this party that we can get some food. Well, he's sitting there telling me, well then, just leave me and I'll be home at 3 in the morning, since I don't want to stay and I don't want us to stay. And he kind of thinks that'll convince me to just say, fuck it, let's stay for 30 minutes. But I'm like, no, let's just get out of here. This is not a good idea. So we get to the end. I kind of just say, fine, fuck it, and I just keep walking. And I know, at this point I kind of noticed that I don't have my cane, which, whatever. That's been happening probably the last 2 years, where I notice I don't have it and I don't really need it, and I'm like, screw it. So I continue on. I get to the other side. There's a parking lot, Um, we walk through these tents and like a party, but it's kind of dark, kind of dim. But nothing too bad. But I didn't want to be there. We get to the other side. Dad followed me. He's like, "Fine, let's go." We get to the car. Javier and Adam are there, and a cop just fucking blows right by us, and just spins on the other it stops, and then like other vehicles are on the way. We can hear them, and they're there to like bust this party. I don't know if they're there to bust illegals, if it's just an illegal party. I don't know, but cops are there. We need to get the fuck out. We get back to the car, and we kind of peel off and go another direction, and end up at like a camping site where there's like an outhouse and stuff, and a shower and whatever, and the guys go to the bathroom, and I go too and take a piss. But I'm still like, this place doesn't seem right. There's a lot of white folk here that don't look like they want us here. And there's a building, like the entrance to a building next to the outhouse that I just think is weird. And of course we enter the building, and it's a complex. It's it's like a mall or something, but it's something else. We're like in the stairwell. Oh, stairs are also a reoccurring part of my dream for a long time. They used to be steeper, and now they're just kind of normal. So we get in there, and it's even more ominous because there's people like, one or two couples, one or two business folk that are just running, scurrying in different directions. Like, which way do we go? There's this way and that way. Well, then we realize that there's fucking zombies there. And we meet up with some folks who, this is all real quick too, this part, where they're like, you gotta get out of here, let's just go, and they take off, and we see a few zombies coming. For whatever reason, I'm on the floor, I'm sitting, and I kind of ask Javier, but he's just freaking out. I don't know where Dad is. I ask Adam to help me up, and then I say, all right, dude, everyone just go where we need to go. And everybody kind of goes their own way, but we keep kind of crossing paths. I kind of assess the situation, and I start to take, like I do in most of these dreams where someone's chasing me, I start to take the harder path where it's going to be more difficult for the people to follow me. So I go down these, they're not stairs, it's like they're stairs, but it's like some kind of art installation where it like moves. And so I kind of start to hop down that, this art installation, and then I go down these other stairs that spiral down, and then I run into Bill and Hillary Clinton, who have their ID passes to get them through more secured doors. And we ran into Hillary first. I think at this point Javier and Adam we had met back up, and she says, well, we know what's going on, we need to get out of here, so and so knows something, and it's pure chaos. We go through a door, and it's a hallway where someone just got bitten, and a big motherfucker, like a bloater, shows up. He's huge, and he's gonna come at us. I mean, this kind of guy that makes like a noise when he steps, like boom, boom. And there's no way to fight this guy. We just gotta get by him. And this part's starting to get blurry. Other zombies started showing up, kind of blocking one way, and we Somehow we get by. Somebody gets bit. I think I was about to get bit. Then at that point, usually I'm just like, well, fuck it, there's nothing I can do. This is a dream. I'm just gonna have to wake up. And I wake up. When I fall back asleep, I'm at a beach. I'm actually at a pool that is up, more up, not so much on the beach, but viewing the beach. And I'm with these two female lifeguard that are teaching kids and toddlers how to swim. By the way, I don't know how to really swim. I can float and I can kind of tread water a little bit, but I can't swim. And I'm with these kids. I think one or two of them might be my nieces. I don't quite remember, but I think I know one or two of these little kids. And I'm still pretty freaked out from the zombies. I'm freaked out because it just looks real stormy out there. But these lifeguards are really cute. We're talking, and then I go off to find out what's going on, and somehow I go from the pool to outside the pool, which is the ocean. And swimming in the ocean freaks me out in these dreams. Not really in real life. I haven't been out into the ocean, but at the beach. But I'm talking like out in the fucking ocean. That freaks me out. But I will go from this pool to the ocean, which is just deeper water, and it's a little, the ominous clouds. It's not sunny. It's dark, and then I'm on a boat, or I'm at a pier, and I'm on this pier with this boat that's docked, and there's like people I've never met. It's almost like random people put on a boat that are there because somebody wants to kill somebody. I don't know, like a fucking murder mystery, and I'm having trouble walking around the boat. I gotta go to the restroom, which I probably had to take a piss in real life. And I'm trying to find the bathroom. The bathrooms are really small. The boat's fucking wobbling all over the place. At one point I piss on myself, and I'm embarrassed to go out, but I do anyway. And those cute ladies are there. And there's these other dudes that look like they're Russian mafia. This one black guy's there. He's your typical black guy that just everyone thinks, ooh, he's gangster, but he's actually just a nice guy who's just trying to play it tough. And then we were trying to figure out where we are, why we're there, because it's some rich dude's yacht, and we find a secret room that's got like a library of these old books. And someone finds this real expensive telescope that we can look out through the skyline of this yacht that's just gorgeous. And we get all excited because we say, hey, there's out in the ocean, there's no, you can see clearly. So this will be great to use this telescope. And then everybody kind of just goes off and disappears. And then I take that opportunity to go look on the other side of this library. Is a room that's kind of empty, but there's like a hidden panel that moves away, and I found this. I don't know what it was. It was a fucking ark. It was a jewel, some kind of alien technology. I don't know, but I could hear something coming as I interacted with this forbidden piece of whatever. And so something's coming, and then I turn around, and the guy that owns the boat is there, and he's got a gun or a crossbow, and then this other chick shows up, It's like, what's going on? And we have an altercation. And that's kind of all I can remember. Because I'm trying to fit it all on this thing. And then I wake up. And then I wake up. And just for clarification, I dream like this lucidly and vividly when I'm sober. The longer I'm sober, the more it's like this. And I wake up in sweats, sweating, cold sweats, not like in sweatpants. And that's it. I went to bed with heart palpitations, and I've been getting them a lot this week, so I'm cutting out certain things out of my diet, but I'm also going to stop taking